Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today, unfortunately, it's raining out there. I wanted to take the car for a good drive and show you guys just how the car is performing, but I thought I'll make another video just to show you guys just how much of weight did we actually lose on the BMW 1M. I don't know, those birds Adidas, can't you see I'm filming? Okay, but anyway, let's see how much of weight we've actually lost. So starting off on the engine bay, in terms of the engine itself, the weight loss that we can account for can only be in terms of the turbo itself, but it's going to be negligible. The reason being is that on the inside of the motor, yes, the twin turbo setup with the downpipes, with the OEM setup is a lot heavier than currently what's sitting here. So I would assume at the maximum I only saved about 2 kilos of static weight in terms of the single turbo setup. In terms of the plenum and so forth, I think I might have added a bit of weight there, so I'm not too sure. So it's a little bit difficult as to say how much this entire setup has saved me in total. But for instance, let's just assume that we got a 2 kilogram saving in terms of the engine modifications that we have here, and that will take into account the latches that's no longer there and all of those other stuff. But majority of the savings comes through in terms of rotational mass. So in terms of rotational mass, I've got wheel studs on all four corners, as well as these lightened wheel bolts. The stock wheel bolts in total weighed about 1.2 or 1.4 kilos. This setup here came in at 800 grams for all four. So this weight saving in terms of rotational mass, it's about a half a kilo in rotational mass. But how rotational mass works is that whatever the rotational mass is, you multiply it by 10 to actually give you the static weight. So in terms of the static weight itself, we've lost 5 kilos there. So we have a 5 kilo gain, 5 kilo loss on the wheel studs in terms of rotational mass. But in terms of physical, it's only about a half a kilo that we've lost in terms of weight on the wheel studs itself. Then on the inside of the car, let me get the keys. That would be great if we have the keys. On the inside of the car, the old shifter assembly weighed absolutely nothing. And this RTD assembly, even though she shifts so beautifully, I mean, look at that, 1, 2, I can't get over 3, 4, I think that's 5, and then that's 6. This actually added about a kilo of weight, so we'll add that to the total. I'll try and keep a tally on the top. That's added about a kilo of weight. But where majority of the weight saving did come was in terms of the flywheel. So on the flywheel of the car, basically what happened was I took the existing flywheel and I made a custom billet aluminium flywheel. The difference was substantial. I saved about 5 kilos just on the flywheel itself. So in terms of rotational mass, the rotational mass there would have been about a 50 kilogram. And I find that extremely helpful during the acceleration of the car. So when the car accelerates, you can feel the difference of the lighter flywheel. So anything that has a rotational aspect on the car itself, be it wheels, be it the flywheel, be it the prop shaft, be it the crank, be it the crank pulley, anything that's turning in a circular motion, any loss of weight there, whether it be a kilo or 100 grams, you multiply it by 10 to give you the static weight difference as to how much you've actually lost. So in terms of the flywheel itself, I lost 5 kilos, and in terms of rotational mass, that's a substantial 50 kilograms of weight that actually was lost on the car. Now, all in all that weight saving can only contribute to faster acceleration, I tried to lose majority of the weight in terms of rotational mass as opposed to the static mass, but the biggest static mass loss on the car was these OMP seats. If you have a look, these OMP seats here, they weigh absolutely nothing. They weigh about 8 kilos on the seats, but the OEM seats, those weighed like about 30 kilos, maybe even more. I think it was 35, maybe even 40, because mine was electrical seat. So in terms of the weight saving there, I saved about 30 kilograms per seat, just putting these OMP seats on the inside. So again, I'll keep the tally running on the top. So it's about 30 kilos per seat that I saved there. That's a total of 60 kilos there. The other weight saving on the car came with this carbon fiber bonnet. Look, the aluminium bonnet on the car does weigh nothing. It weighs absolutely nothing. You can lift it up by yourself, but the carbon fiber bonnet even weighs a lot less. But here I only saved about 3 kilograms on the bonnet. I saved some static weight there, 3 kilos there. And here in the boot as well, look, the boot was a little bit more heavier, but the carbon fiber boot weighed in just about the same as the bonnet. So the carbon fiber boot here came in, I think it was about 3.5 kilos, call it 4 kilos. We lost about 4 kilos of weight on the rear of the car as well. So I guess the total weight loss, you guys will know it before even what I know what the weight loss is, because I'll keep a tally when I'm busy editing the video. But yeah, that was the weight loss of the BMW 1M. And then the other noticeable difference on the car itself is I'm no longer running a JB4. I merely just have a flash on the car, and the car is running extremely well. So as you would have seen when I showed you on the gear lever, notice that I have the GFB3 boost controller, which is there, and that's now controlling the boost on the car. Everything else is done through the flash on the car, even the 2-step rev limiter. Yesterday my good friend, my brother, came along and I showed him my racing gloves. It's actually quite cool to drive a car with racing gloves. It gives you a different experience. But we're not going to be doing that now. Look, the start. Oh, here we go, guys. So already, just check if I got everything I need. Yeah. So she's loud, and if my neighbors do complain, I don't blame them. But if they do complain, I'll build something even louder. So getting into reverse, you clip it up, and that's reverse. So this video is just gonna be about the sounds. Try and find a little bit of a quiet area. Maybe I'll go to Mexico quickly. Who knows, but the roads are wet out there, so yeah. So anyway, clutch is a lot softer. I mean, let me see if I can drop the window down a little. Again, yeah, I don't have a cameraman with me, so all of this is done by me, one-handed. And with the clutch being so bitey on the triple pack, it tends to lose the back very easily. Okay, we've got a Hyundai in front of us. Let it give us some space. She does accelerate pretty smoothly. So with the gear lever being exposed, because a lot of the rubber stuff gets taken out from when you do the install of the RTD, a lot of mechanical sounds come through the car, so it sounds a lot like a race car. So it's security guard smiling. Yeah, here we go. Little bit of boost, little bit, just a little bit of masala, but yeah. No traction. I don't know if you guys can hear that butterfly. That's because I haven't increased the duty cycle. There's a lot of boost still left on the table. But that boost is, yeah. I said I was going to masjid, but now it's becoming a joyride. I need to find a place where I can just buy some ginger ale. I think Spa is open. Let me go buy some ginger ale. So let's leave Mexico now and go to Spa. I don't think there's a Spa in Mexico. Let me go get the ginger ale and then we'll go for a proper ride. So got that for the sick people. Formula 1 is tonight. Gotta be on full force. Here we go. Yeah, so that's the grabbiness of the clutch. This thing just... You can hear it. That's a triple pack. Biting and biting. It's biting. 1,500 horsepower is a whole. How many Newton meters? 1,500 newtons. Okay, let's see if we can go on that downhill there. And then you guys can hear the screamer pipes. It's only boosting about 4 psi's at the moment, but she's wild. Wild. Let's see if we get a chance. It's a bit busy down there. Just trying to think which way would be the best way. A lot of cars. This car, even if I just use this car to go to the shops and back, it is bonkers. Oh yes, I love this. I love it. Back. I'm gonna fuck this thing off. I'm gonna get into trouble. This thing is gonna get me into so much of trouble. Yeah. Oh, Alhamdulillah. This is so much of fun. This is fun. This is ridiculous fun. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this particular video. It was... Oh man, this is gonna be crazy. So yeah, it's only at about 4.5 psi's, 5 psi's of boost round about there. I think it's making in the region of about I don't know, maybe 300, 350, somewhere around there. But the looks you get with this car, and especially with the clutch that grabs and doesn't grab, so you gotta keep the revs up so that you don't stall the car, and it is bonkers. This guy is bonkers. But yeah, till we meet again, guys. Peace.